Explain what SERE school is.
So SERE stands for Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. So this is like the situation where you get shot down or you end up in bad guy country. So first you have to know how to survive, and then most likely the bad guy know that you're out there, so they're trying to find you. So how do you stay away from them? And then if you get caught, how do you, now you're a prisoner of war or whatever, how do you behave in captivity? And then how do you escape from that situation? So it's like the school of terrors. So like most people will say like if they had to go to SERE school again, they would turn in their wings. It's like the one school in DOD, in the Department of Defense, where they're allowed to hit you, right? There's no other school, even SEAL training, like where they're allowed to physically beat you up, right? So I had classes, like there's SEALs in my class, there's Force Recon Marines, everybody goes to this school. And I unfortunately had to go in Maine, in the mountains, in January.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound fun.
Right, so...
Is this the one where they, like, put you in a barrel to, like, simulate drowning, and they, like, they just, like, effectively waterboard you and just do all kinds of crazy shit?
Yeah, they 100% will do waterboard you, right? Because
amazing.
The first time you get waterboarded shouldn't be your, in the real life, you should at least know that, like, it's a trick to it, right? Like, after a while, you kind of figure out, like, I'm not going to drown, or here's what, So they expose you to all those things. So we get there, and, like, we hop up to the mountains, and the first, like, 4 or 5 days is all survival. So, like, we're learning. It's 40 below up there. There's, like, a couple feet of snow. So, like, we're sleeping, like, in tents, but, like, it's so cold out there, and we're in mummy bags, sleeping bags, but we're still, like, spooning other people.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're trying to stay alive, right? We have canteens in our sleeping bags, and, like, you wake up in the morning, and the canteen's maybe down by your feet, and it's frozen. The water in there is frozen. You're like, how am I alive?
Yeah.
Right? So you do that for 4 or 5 days, then you start the evasion phase. So you also learn, like, we're killing rabbits and eating bugs and all that stuff in that phase too. But then you start the evasion phase where, like, the instructors now have turned on you, and you have to get to the objective, and they're chasing you in helicopters and on foot.
And they know where you're going.
They know
they've
they've done
this
it
course 100 times.
Right. They do this every other week, right? So you're going to get caught, but you try to go as farther as you can, and then you get caught, and now you're a prisoner of war, and it gets real.
And everybody gets caught.
Everybody gets caught, and you're in a POW camp, and it gets very real. So I remember being in a POW camp one day, and you have all these interrogations, and they try different tactics. The nice guy, the mean guy, so you're getting tossed against the wall, slapped around.
And is it like the movies where, like, all you're supposed to give is your name and rank? Or, like, are you allowed to play the game as long as you don't give them, like, X amount of information? Like, what is the appropriate standard for an American soldier if you're a prisoner of war?
So there's this thing called the Code of Conduct that specifically says what you can do when you're a prisoner of war.
Oh.
Right? And so everybody knows that backwards and forwards. So, yeah, that name, ranks, service name or date of birth, that's a true thing. And there's other rules, like if you're the senior person there, you take command of everybody there. And then, like, you're not going to do any actions that are going to harm your country, right? So it's all about everybody has a breaking point, right? So it's all about, one, figuring out what yours is, and everybody's going to break. It's all about then once you break, getting back into honor is what they said. So, okay, you broke, and now some people break, and they're like, well, that happened, so I'm going to spill the beans because I've already screwed my country, right? So it's all training you like, oh, yep, you broke. Now get back. Don't give any more, right? And that's what it's all about. So get home, get back to your country honorably, and you're trying to escape the whole time. But while I was there in the survival phase, it's so cold that we're learning how to make igloos, literally making igloos, and we're wearing gloves, and then we have mittens over the gloves because it's like 40 below out there. And they tell us, never take off the mittens, never take them off. So I'm making an igloo, and I'm like, oh, it's not going the way I want it, and I'm like, I'll just take it off for 2 seconds, right?
Bad move.
Like, almost lost, I think it's this finger, almost lost the tip of that finger that quickly. And then while I'm in the POW camp, one of the best memories of my life, like, you always had to ask to go to the bathroom, right? And as soon as you did, they start beating you, right? So we're sitting there, and you haven't showered in like all week, and so I'm just sitting there, and they're doing their propaganda, right? They're trying to make you disloyal to the U.S. government, right? So they're telling you all the problems with the U.S. government and how like the U.S. government doesn't love you, and after a couple of days, you're like, you got a good point. You got some good points there, you know.
Yeah.
But
like, oh, my country is inherently racist.
Right. So exactly. So the first thing they did after they had us all together, it's 40 below, men, women, everything. They stripped us all in formation, butt ass naked. Right. And you're like, whoa, okay, this is different.
This is a
real.
different kind of training. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're sitting
this
there.
This is not jump school.
Right.
Weird.
We're sitting there in formation and like men, women, everybody, no clothes. They took all of our clothes. We're like, whoa, okay. But we're in this propaganda session, and I'm like, I gotta piss. And I'm like, I've been slapped enough. I don't want to piss. And I'm like, we're already dirty. It's a dirt floor. I'm just gonna piss myself, right? And so I pissed myself, and it was lovely. But like, to an adult, like I'm gonna piss myself. This is awesome, right?
Right.
And I did it, and they saw it, and I just got. This guy was a SEAL, huge, and he just slapped me, and like my whole head was just ringing, and I'm like, woo, okay, I'm thinking he got me good, right? Because I grew up getting slapped around, like, do something, get the slap, so it wasn't like a new thing, but he slapped me so hard, and I was like, woo, okay. And he slapped me so hard that he actually ruptured my eardrum.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is not supposed to happen,
right?
Because that ruptured eardrum and flying don't work so well together.
Yeah.
But, so after that, you finish SERE school, and then the next training is the centrifuge.
Is that the one where they spin you around really fast, like in the movie Spies Like Us?
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
Great movie.
Love
Great
that movie. Yeah.